Alright, starting things off, I should probably mention the fact that I'm just an idiot, and as I'd stated that I wasn't necessarily too keen on going on this vacation, mainly because I'm just a homebody, I guess. I didn't realize that I was completely wrong, and, we leave Saturday, not Sunday, which pushes the entire schedule up a day, which means I have to finish the entirety of recording the rest of this series today. I can technically go until tomorrow, and honestly, if I was to finish what's left tomorrow as well, it's not like I wouldn't make it in time. It's just I prefer to get it done tonight. I don't know. But I recorded this morning at 7 o'clock. That would have been last episode. I ended up editing it and letting it render while I was still here just to make sure things went alright before I left and went and ran a couple errands. It only took me a couple hours, and then the rest of the day I'd spent here grinding. Since then, I've gained 20 or 30 levels. I think I was like 66, 65, 66, somewhere around there. So I'd say I gained around 30 levels. I maxed out the faith requirement I needed. I also discovered that force buffing is now a glitch in the game and would have made my life a million times easier, but I practiced it on an alt and it was not going very well. Regardless, I didn't plan on glitching for this anyways. It was just something I found funny. I went and defeated Gundyr. Gonna dunk my head in this wax. Which, to get to the second Gundyr fight, I had to beat Osiris as well. I went and rescued Carla, who's another tutor. A very important one, technically, for, dark miracles and pyromancies, if that's your thing. Honestly, my favorite of the tutor NPCs as well. Definitely my favorite. She's awesome. She's just got a weird sense of humor that I appreciate, and she's very dark, that's why. Which, obviously pretty intended, considering she's the dark tutor. But, also went and got Yorska's Chime, which I've got chilling on my side now. Obviously I can use lightning, because, I said I had the requirement. Trying to think if I did anything else between. I haven't gotten any of the pieces together for the outfit I need, just because, like I said, most of that I cannot get until, if I was to do the DLC. So I'm kind of just waiting on a friend to jump on and hopefully trade stuff to me. But from the looks, one of them who I'd planned, which would have been Nick, I would just ask him to carry stuff over from other characters I had if he didn't have it. He had to get a new Xbox, and as such, he may or may not have the save files to do it. We're not certain, so kind of waiting on that. Guess we'll see. But we're in the archives. That's pretty much everything I can think of that I did between episodes. But archives, fun place that I absolutely despise. I stated at the end of the last episode. Mainly because they kind of mimic the first game in some sense, and that there's just a ton of casting going around, and I hate it. And then thralls are everywhere, and I despise thralls an absolute crap ton, if that wasn't obvious and stated more than enough times. You can dunk your head in wax while you're here, and that'll stop you from getting cursed, which is what I've done, because the books will curse you. If you ever see those arms popping out, which, good game, quality game, the arms are what curse you, and you generally get baited into standing them into them a ton, just like that. So I'm going to redunk my head just in case, and then I'll chug an Estus real quick. I guess another important thing to mention, when I was leveling, obviously I upped my health and my endurance a bunch, got this faith to 30, and then I upped my strength a little bit. I've got 195k souls going right now, so obviously I can still level up some. And I probably will before we actually get to the final boss. It's just, I'm not certain what I'll be leveling at this point. Goodness gracious, why is there even more thralls here? Yeah, bye. I think that about does it. That AoE'd me. Okay. But, yeah, so this Crystal Sage is, just like the last one, but stronger because it's necessary. I'm gonna wait until I get my rolls back. Yeah, unfortunately stronger, and ports around just as much. So that's the second port. After the first one, it comes here. After that one, it'll end up on the bridge across and still will shoot at you, which is absolutely asinine. It hurts a ton. Because, look at that. It's across the entire map. If you could stop chasing me. And it's still trying to shoot at me, which is freaking insane. Ugh. And I just got invaded. Alright. Well, I have no idea where they are. I don't have headphones on because I don't need to have them on to record game audio anymore, so I just don't bother with it. However, with that, I'm... Oh god, no. Nope. I'm just ignoring you because I have places to be, dude. Like, I don't want to deal with you until I... Wow.
Ah, dead body.
And I'm dead. Alright. Fuck you. I hate invaders so much. Alright, continuing off, is what I mean to say. I figure I'll just jump here because, I mean, there's a very good chance I'll die to the Crystal Sage while I'm up here because, you know, Crystal Sage hurts way too much. And there's a ton of enemies around, including the Thralls behind me for no reason. And I don't want to lose all those souls, but knowing my luck, I will. And I don't have a Ring of Sacrifice because I'm an idiot and keep forgetting to put it in my inventory. I'm not embering back up because I don't want to get invaded. I didn't even think about it. I don't know. I hate invaders and I don't want to deal with them right now because I just want to finish this off. Yeah, if you could stop that. There we go. We killed it. I don't have to deal with you now. When it first spawned, like since it's obviously I have to run through again. When it first spawned, I just buffed my split leaf with lightning just to do a little bit more damage to it, and apparently that really paid off. Thank goodness. I'm in a very sour mood because of that invader, because invasions are so freaking annoying, man. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. And I hate when people like that, you make it very obvious you're not interested in the invasion and people just don't care anyways. Like, I had no chance there because I didn't even think about him just dropping down on me like an idiot. And then I rolled too early and he just slapped me with the stupid straight sword, the most broken weapon class in the game because it's just too easy. Whatever, my fault. Unnecessary death, but what are you gonna do? This is a little shortcut back to where I dunked my head earlier. It also gets you, I believe, the Scouring? Yeah, it does. Those Thralls already have followed me. Cool, I'm just gonna redunk. Never mind, they just dropped. Cool. The one just like glitched in place. Didn't know what to do. Wow, I rolled right into it. Oh my god, stop. If only firebombs actually did that much damage, then they'd be useful. Dead? Alright, cool. Tired of wasting Estus. There was an Outrider Knight we could have ran into right above. That'd get us, I think, the armor set, and it would lead into... I think it leads into a spell. I'm pretty sure that leads into Soulstream up there. It's somewhere up there. I don't actually know where technically... Are you kidding me? Like, you can't leave any of them alone. They still snipe you. It's so fucking annoying. I don't remember. I don't care about the armor set right now. I'll come back and get it later. Which, speaking of, I did go and kill another Outrider Knight because there was another one right by the two Drakes when we entered Lothar Castle. I went back and killed him because souls, and that's really important to me right now because souls mean everything. Pulling a shortcut back to the entrance because there's a ton in the archives, thank goodness. Gonna head back up. Waiting on elevators is the best thing ever. Still in a pissed off mood because that invasion was just dumb. And we're finally up to another section with... You can't drop that yet. There's just going to be a ton of these guys around, and I didn't realize my wax had faded, so I can't go and grab the items in there unless I really want to have a bad time. I think there's a curse bite ring up here. That's back there. I'm not entirely certain. I'm going to get cursed for this, aren't I? Yeah, it dodged it somehow. Okay, I'm not even going to bother. I don't want to get cursed because curse isn't fun. It was way worse in the first game, but I still just don't want to deal with it right now. And now for the weirdest section of this, we get to run across the roof of the castle. And we get to deal with a ton of gargoyles. The ugly, ugly Dark Souls 3 gargoyles that I absolutely despise. There's one that'll come around there, and I don't want to fight him right now. I've been invaded up here before, so I'm kind of just waiting on it, even though I'm not embered, because I just kind of know my luck. But I don't know why, but I'm actually questioning, can you be invaded when you're not embered? I suddenly can't remember, since I've taken such a hiatus from this game, and I just haven't wanted to think about it. Guess I'll fight you just because I can. I actually do a surprising amount of damage to you. I hate the design of the gargoyles in Dark Souls 3. Oh my god, they're so ugly. The only cool part about them is that they like can guard themselves with their wings, which is dope. But besides that, like, they're so dumb. They're so ugly, and they have one of the best weapons and one of the worst weapons at the same time. It's amazing to me. I think that one will just jump off the edge, right? Yeah, no, he fell. And then I got hit by the freaking gargoyle hammer. Where'd you go? So the gargoyle hammer is the worst hammer in the game. Meanwhile, the gargoyle spear is the best spear in the game, I'm pretty sure. If I've got this right. Oh, it did kill itself. Hell yeah. Apparently they'll use their wings to attack as well, and there's somebody talking in the household, which is my fear. I kind of like kept postponing recording tonight because I was like, I don't want anyone to come and walk on me while I'm doing this, because then it's just interrupting, and I always have to mute the audio for that, which I hate because it's just unnecessary. But now it's just like, I hope you guys can't hear it. This mic's sensitive as hell, so I could totally believe it would pick it up, but I'm just hoping it doesn't. Oh yeah, I also maxed out the split leaf greatsword between episodes. That was a thing. There's 2 of them, and I'm not fighting 2. Just because I don't want to waste any more Estus, and we're literally at the end anyways. We can grab this Undead Bone Shard, which is so nice. I'm going to ignore him because I can. Kick down this ladder for a shortcut. And there's 2 different paths we could take here. One is into a gank, and 2 is over there to him, and I'd rather just take the gank at this point, because this is kiteable. So when I say gank, I say that because there's these 3 showing up there. You can see them. All 3 of them have been summonable or invadable up to this point. In the middle by my head is Lion Knight Albert. That's Daughter of Crystal Crime Healed, and I don't remember your name. I think it's Blackhand Goddard. I don't quite recall. But yeah, getting this close, they'll come to you. So I figure I might as well buff up. Albert uses the Great Axe that he's now just given himself. Yeah, they'll all come down eventually, so I generally will kite them into here, because then I don't have to deal with spells getting flung at me. Do a decent chunk of damage. I feel like now that wow, what? Oh, I got throwing knifed. Oh my god, that damage. What the hell? Stop throwing knife at me. I feel like now that I've gotten this thing to max rank and the damage is like really rewarding, I'm not going to say I'm clicking with it, I'm saying I'm definitely adjusting to it. It feels like it's worth the risk, the fact that I get slapped all the time because I'm an idiot. Because the damage is definitely there. Where's the other dude? Shooting arrows at me? What? Please stop doing that. I'm not dealing with both of you. He wields no, not Onigiri, Ubadachi, and Onikiri and Ubadachi, that's what those are. Which for a time were really widely used, and I just got fucking obliterated from the side. I can't even see her. I could have sworn that was going to hit the pillar. Oh my god. I just want to get through the archives already. I hate the archives so much. We're right in front of the boss. Souls retrieved. Definitely don't want to lose that massive amount of souls. And these 2 are still here. Now that I've killed Albert, he's gone, thankfully. Because I don't want to deal with all of them again. That's actually a really nice soul to have. I got hit on the way up the ladder that I knocked down, unfortunately, because, you know, it's just how it goes. They just throw wax at you, it's dumb. And it, like, makes you super heavy, which is alright, I guess, but it's just, like, why? Why does this need to be a thing? Why is there so many enemies in the fucking archives? Why do I have to get triple gang spanked? It's so weird. Even if they aren't necessarily that difficult, except for when they chug like little shits. And the range is so deceptive sometimes. She's spell buffed. I'm just gonna weapon arter, I guess. I found that the weapon art is like disgustingly strong. Actually, when I was like going on my way to Champion Gundyr, which is, I mentioned earlier, it's just a side boss on a different path I could have taken. She invades you if you're embered up there, and I actually one-shot her with that, with just I I think I hit her twice into a weapon art, which I believe the weapon art is basically a guaranteed combo. I'm not entirely certain on that. Don't fact check me. I mean, it was definitely guaranteed on her, which is fine by me. I actually one-shot her from full health, which was awesome. So that was a moment of like, oh yeah, my build is actually coming together. And it kind of made me realize that if I was just smart enough to have gone back, gotten the Pharaon Coal, and put the strength infusion on this stupid weapon way sooner, I think my experience with it would have been way better. Honestly, the weapon's not weak by any means. As I've stated many times, it's not the weapon, it's definitely me. I just don't click with it. But having that extra damage boost definitely would have helped me, like, at least dealt with it like I am now, where it's just like, you know what, the weapon has enough damage that as much as I suck with it, I'm making up for it. Or it's making up for it. Up here, we can get another Estus Shard and deal with Golden Winged Knights, which I'm not actually going to fight. I'm just going to run past them. You can see them chilling up there. They jump down at you, and they're like, sup, bitch. Where I just fought those three in that little courtyard, you can jump down there. At one point, Arides, Nick, and I were all playing through. I think it was... I was doing one of my first New Game Pluses on a character, and we were just running through for fun. And we got invaded at that specific spot. And I was like, guys, let's do this. And they stationed up on top of the ledge there. And I went and sat in the courtyard to bait the dude, and they plunging attacked him, and they killed him. And this person had, like, invaded us 2 or 3 times by that point, so we stopped caring. And the dude kept trying. He gave it, like, 1 or 2 more tries before he finally gave up, and then we were like, alright, thank goodness. We want to move on. But, oh my god, if I can find the clip of it, I'll definitely put it in. I'd have to scroll back for it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere. Thankfully, there's this really cool website, like Xbox DVR or something, that will go through the entirety. It's creepy, because it'll go through any gamer tag, and it'll get all the screenshots and videos that you've taken, which is cool, but again, it's really creepy. But regardless, it gets what I need done, and I've definitely grabbed a few clips off there and shared it with people, because it's just so much simpler than being like, you know what, add me, and my dumb gamer tag that I'm too lazy to swap, because I thought I could for free, but I can't. Because there was like a thing where they said, alright, you can change your gamer tag for free, and I was like, oh hell yeah, and then there's like the stipulation of only if it was an auto-generated name from Xbox, and it's like, of course this isn't auto-generated. There's never going to be an auto-generated name with 6 Qs in it. So yeah, here we are, and I don't want to pay $10 to change an old gamer tag, even though it doesn't fit anymore and hasn't fit probably since before my brother made it for me. Which, you know, that's the story behind my little gamer tag, is my brother made it for me when I first started playing Xbox on his Xbox 360 many years ago, back when Halo 3 was released. I didn't buy my own Xbox for another year or 2 after that, because I had to get the funds from birthdays and such. And I think it was like 13 at the time, if not younger. I don't know, it's been so long. It's really not worth infusing against these guys, because they do lightning damage, I'm pretty sure, and it's just not worth it. Actually, that parry reminded me, when I was fighting Gundyr, I parried him like 3 times during the fight, which is fantastic, because every time I attempted to parry him, I didn't miss. And as soon as like I did that, I recorded all 3 parries, and I was like, I'm putting this into the video somehow. So now that I've said it, I'm probably going to put them right here while I kill these guys. It felt so satisfying, because I had never parried until the last character I ran, and just being able to actually land all those parries feels so good, dude. I think I've come a decently long way since attempting and failing really hard at parrying good old Pontiff Sullivan on my second Demon's Fist run. I was like, oh god, this went horribly the first time, and so I just sat there and parried him the entire time until I got it down, and here we are, now that I can parry a decent chunk of the regular enemies in the game. It feels so good, man. These guys can lunge at you. Come on, do it. Do it. There's Blessed Infusion, excuse me, or Blessed buff. I think it might be the Great Sword that does just built-in lightning damage. Now the second one's doing it. Oh my goodness, that sweep at range. Oh my goodness, I hate the spear users. Like, the Spear Knights are a pain because they use range like wild. I've never seen a spear lunge that absolutely crazily until this game. It's insane. They're not unkillable, definitely not, even despite their stupid ass tower shields, but like, my god, they will come from freaking downtown at you. I'm getting so many Lothric Night Helms, I don't know what to do with it. Thought that sweep would have hit me, but the backstab, let's go. Still super agitated and trying not to let it get the best of me. But these are the last enemies before we get another shortcut and we can go straight to the boss. Nick is online, which means he's home from work. I always forget these guys can hit you with their shields. Please stop stabbing me. I need to heal. I'm definitely going to sit at a bonfire before I do the boss, even though I don't necessarily think I need it. I've practiced on this boss so many times. But now that I say that, I'm going to get absolutely decimated like 4 times. There might be one more enemy, but I think the Ultra Great Sword dude is normally the last one. The final Lord of Cinder fight is in front of us, but we're going to take a quick detour. This is yet another shortcut. Good luck, thank. Even though I'm not going to it yet. Gold message means that dude's been raided so many times. I can't quite recall. This one I think heads back down to the Dragon Slayer armor fight. Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, I'm correct. It took me a second right before we got to the bottom. I was like, oh yeah, that's that weird one. That's always just sitting on the side. What's cool about it is like it takes you back down all the way as far. Like, wow, this world's really connected. Yeah, right? But at the same time, the Dragon Slayer armor bonfire is literally on the opposite side of this battlefield. And that's still like the closest bonfire in all technicality. The next one would be going back down to the Dancer fight or heading back up to... Actually, you can go down the elevator to the Dancer fight or to the first technical bonfire in the Lothric Castle, or you could just go down to the Dragon's Barracks or the Drake's Barracks or whatever, which would have been like right in front of the 2 Drakes, but regardless, they're not close. They're the next closest, but they're not close. Gonna shift. That sure makes a lot of noise, so I felt the need to call it out because I'm an idiot. But like, they're just not close. I hate that. It's like, alright, this is a great shortcut, but at the same time, the just walk from the bonfire is so tedious. So now I'm going to go back to the top, send this down. Recording is not too bad, actually. The last one was around the same size as this one, but ended up getting cut down to still under like 25 minutes, which felt really good. Send the elevator back down just in case I get absolutely bodied. Rate this dude's message because praise the sun. Because, you know, good luck is always nice to have. Gotta open these big doors. Once we reach them, here we go. Stare at my phone while I wait, because I'm hoping I haven't gotten any messages. I keep remembering to mute it, which is good and very necessary. You can see them up there, actually. Because that's a really neat little thing. The first time you enter when there's no boss fog, you can see them chilling up there. Now that we've, like, gotten this far... and all the feathers on the ground. Gonna show out the fact that I changed my rings up. 2 different rings, which are these 2 to boost my miracles. This one just for, you know, a bunch of buffs, and this one to make my lightning infusion last longer. All to make this lightning infusion that much stronger on this character. I'm going to infuse it before we step in, just for the fact that he will come at us immediately. Once the cutscene, of course, ends.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of Lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Alright, here we are. The little shit that was talking is Lothric, and this is Lorien, his older brother, who we'll be dealing with for now. I like how I said, oh, I've done this fight enough. I immediately step in and get slammed because it's been still so long. I used to practice this fight a ton. Practice, I say, as in, like, the Demon's Fist was not good in this fight, and that made me have to do this so many times. It's a really cool fight, though. It's definitely my second favorite in the game, next to the Abyss Watchers, which just feels like really good ultimately to say, hey, 2 of the Lord of Cinder fights are my favorites. Let him do that. Give me a chance to do this. I'm getting really, I'm not gonna say animation lock, but I'm definitely getting queued up actions. Action cues, that's what I'm saying. My actions are really getting queued up for some reason. Dodge that one. We're actually like plowing through this. Plus we staggered, and that's not common for me.
Oh, dear brother, I'm on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
And now for the theme of Dark Souls 3, and that would be Phase 2, bitch. Now, Phase 2, we have Lothric riding Lorien's back, and we actually have to aim our attacks to hit both of them. They make reference to the fact that undead are undead, and they don't technically die. Why did you port back there and do nothing? I'm gonna buff up them, dude, whatever. So Lothric will ride his back and send a ton of miracles at you, and it's just annoying, but it's also like really cool at the same time. I appreciate this fight for what it is, and I'm probably about to die because I'm about to hit a wall. Oh wow, that last one, I got so lucky. I'm gonna hide behind the pillar and heal again. So when I say this fight's like really difficult on Demon's Fist, it's because the Demon's Fist would not reach Lothric on Lorien's back before they had buffed it. I don't know if when they buffed it they messed with the hitbox, or I just got really like better at this fight. I'm still not entirely certain what happened, but good God, the first time I tried to do it, I literally couldn't. Like, I could not do enough damage to get it done. And what you'll see is when you hit, I have no idea where this is going to come from. Oh wow, I got lucky. And I still got hit by that because I'm an idiot. What you'll see is when we kill Lorien again, Lothric will just raise him again. So technically the boss fight can just keep going as long as you don't hit Lothric. You can kill Lorien as many times as you want. It's fucking weird. But that's what would happen is I'd knock out Lorien eventually. And then Lothric would just get down and I'd try and beat him up, and it was just not fast enough. Dodge that. Get hit because I tried getting greedy. I'm like one hit away. All you need to do is kill Lothric. You don't have to kill Lorien. Oh god, I thought that was going to one-shot me. Oh my god, I'm healing. Twice. Or just once because that worked. But you know what I just realized I didn't do? I didn't ember. I'm an idiot. And that somehow didn't hit in time. Oh god.
Oh, it's dead body.
I knew it. Oh my god. Come on. I was right at the end.
If you like.
I'm such an idiot. As soon as I saw that port, I knew I died too. Oh my god. That's 3 deaths for no reason. Now I gotta make the entire run back up. Fuck.
You remain among the accursed.
Oh boy. Ignite this bonfire. Move on with my life, and confidently say that that invader tilted me so much more than I would like to admit. Dying that first time was like, oh my god, but I was already in such a bad mood. It can truly be tracked down to the fact that that stupid-ass invader absolutely bodied me. Good god, I'm glad that I'm done with this, like, session, quote-unquote, right after this, because I want to edit this one, and then I'll come back and finish the game tonight, unless I can guarantee it'll happen tomorrow. I'm so angry because of that invader, because I got bodied in that fight, just like I knew I would the moment I said something. Fuck.